Alright, and we're good. Hi, I'm Randark of Return of the Retro and the Late Night Steamer podcasts. Both podcasts are presenting Shadowrun Returns because it's both a Steam game and what we're going to feature next on Return of the Retro. This will be the first time I play the game, even though you'll see it say continue. I just loaded it up for sound check purposes. I'll be starting a new game, and we'll see what this game's like. I kind of shit on its predecessor Shadowrun on the SNES, gave it a 3 out of 10, but hopefully this one goes a bit better. New game. Deadman Switch, the previously installed campaign. You can install a bunch of extra ones from community-made stuff. I, of course, am male. It's a human, elf, dwarf, orc, or troll. I see trolls have +1 to body and strength. Body 17, quick and save, strength 15, charisma 6, intelligence and willpower seem low. Orcs are a touch faster, they're a little more charismatic, and a little more intelligent. But other than that, they're kind of not as good. So in the willpower, 11 quickness, 9 to strength, 12. Oh, I'm sorry. Body is 11, quickness is 9. Control body is huge. I'm gonna go with a troll, just cause. Street samurai. Mage. Decker. Oh, there's key attributes. Okay, so I shouldn't be any of those. That's probably something I should be right there. Physical adept. Oh, rigor. I skipped over rigor. No, it's intelligence, that's why. Street samurai or physical adept? Go with physical adept. Hairstyle. I imagine this is horn style. It's more my skin color, okay. Oh, I see. This is skin color, then hairstyle. Let's go with that one. Oh, I can add actual hair to it. Yep, flat top. Color hair. Black hair. Black hair looks good. Beard. Zoom in. That was pretty badass. Horns. Change the horns. Nope. 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 No. I hate things that are asymmetrical. Ooh, I kind of like that. We'll go with that. Karma represents experience characters earned while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma and equal to the next increment of that rating, thus improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma points available now to customize your character. I have 5 karma. Actually, ooh, I can go at 15 in strength. I am Randark. Your apartment, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is about feast or famine. One day you're Nova Hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out, and then some. Sinless and free to starve in the cracks of society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs to change, and soon. It's 2054, 3 a.m. That means 4 years after the SNES game. You've got nowhere to go, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. So WASD moves the map. I click to go. Slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Your notebook, calendar, contacts, that kind of thing. View my list of contacts. Okay. Just in case you're wondering about that, no response to messages, dead, missing since February, dead, question mark, probably in a gutter somewhere, dead, retired, dead. The list goes on, all either dead ends or just plain dead. Calendar. Empty, nothing to do. Put on your notebook. Answer my vid phone. Fuck's my vid phone? Oh. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. I hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again, or worse. I tell him he's zoned. He laughs. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business. Like you, for example. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners, and some of us are me. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd, that's a name you haven't heard in a long time. The reason I'm reading this all to you is because I know my resolution is not that good. 3 years ago, a makeshift bar in Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down. Sangomora, New Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fragrant city, Randark. It's wet and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. Shut your screamer about the rain. We lost a man. Ahsoka's sorry. I'm just really ready to go home. Portland's way more my speed. I don't know, Randark. Sam is a good guy, can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. He shakes his head. Bastard better show, we need the money. I want to get paid as much as you, buddy, but we need to live long enough to actually drink the new... he drinks the new yen we earn. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. It wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something he wants to say. Don't you, Larry? Go ahead and spill it. You were sloppy. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitching all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. You been drinking, Sam? On a run? No, not a drop. Not today. Not ever. We were set up, and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't get that guy... How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. You should have been burnt to toast before his gun cleared the holster. Or he should have been burnt to toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. How much did they pay you to sell out, Larry? He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. Honestly, it didn't take much. Just enough to get me back to Portland and set up with a cush corp job. I'm out of this racket. Sangoma, we've got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a direct-eating grin. Looks like my Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Randark. At least we have each other. You'll miss me when I'm gone. Leave the mage, kill the others. I'm now in turn-based combat mode. Each character in your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells and items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide. You can access in the upper right-hand corner of the PDA menu. The reason I'm going after New Larry is you always take the traitor out. Oh shit, more guys. Oh, come on. Oh, good, I can reload. Apparently no attacks opportunity. What the fuck? It's like some demon fucking now. You okay, Sam? His breathing is heavy, you look shaken. That was a hell of a thing. You did good. You were born for this gig, Randark. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me? I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass, and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna outlast you. Guess you can drink to me. So far, much better combat than Shadowrun on the SNES. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now, I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name's at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain, when the job is done. They'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show you a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain have installed a secure dedicated phone line, so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you also must be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. Camera switches back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously, first time. Look, Randark, I've led a direct life and I probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want that last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. I hope you just said yes. I've got a look here chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. The dead man switch. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Long before you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for new yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing to the Barrens has to a morgue. Seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. New objective, ask the coroner about Sam Watts. Game autosaved. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial grade antiseptic. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job. A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in a chop shop trade." As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. His name is Dresden. "Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour. And some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir?" "Are you the coroner?" "I'm John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are?" "Randark, I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder." He frowns. "Interesting. A dead man makes for a strange client. Well, what makes you think he's here?" "Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here." "I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens." "So who told you he was dead?" "Sam's digital ghost." I didn't read the rest of it. I didn't want. The other option was to tell him about the yen, and I didn't want to do that. The dwarf raised his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. "A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here." "He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown." "Emerald City Ripper?" "Not my title. That's what the Seattle Press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes the internal organs from the victim." "Delicious, a trophy hunter. What was it?" "Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants?" "The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had a spleen removed." "Dresden, get out here." That's McCluskey. Sam's body is covered with a sterile surgical sheet. His face is ashen white for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small, pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine the evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Looking at a business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called Seamstress Union. Seamstress's Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Look at the cred stick. It's a standard cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. I'm going to take the cred stick. You slot the cred stick into your PDA. 300 new, I guess it's new yen. We'll just call it yen. Is added to your account. Look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Look at the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we have been long. To say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Put down the evidence bag. Oh, there's something else to look at in here. Got a basic med kit. Towering over the diminutive corner is homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. McCluskey. So this new Ripper Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. I don't know what that sound was. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper's case is my ticket to Lieutenant's badge. Dresden, I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You know his superhuman powers of observation. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Who the hell are you? Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist in finding his killer. The dreck you were! You get anywhere near my investigation, it will be you on the slab, troll. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm gonna return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there was unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen. But individual organs, not worth as much anymore. What with all of the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's probably plenty of chop shops that aren't as picky though. And they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the similar chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looked up at you intently for a moment before speaking. I gained 2 karma for asking him about Sam Watts. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay, then I'll go do that. Open the morgue drawer. Basic medkit. Dock wagon basic trauma kit. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Whoa, easy there, it's Jake Armitage. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, Jake Armitage was the guy you played as in the Super Nintendo version. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples, and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It still doesn't feel like 6 yet. You were just sleeping in a freezer. A freezer for dead people. Don't tell me you haven't considered it. Cheaper than a coffin hotel. And the service is just as good. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me out. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John! Is this guy cool? Dresden. Yeah, he's on the level, working for Sam. Believe it or not, some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even more mopping it around the shop. Blech. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses, might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then. The name's Jake, and you are? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Randark. And well-mannered too, such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did, but out in the alley some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, can you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup, my hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks, John, you're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him, until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in a morgue more often. I end up in a morgue more often than the average guy. That's a great line. Yeah, Jake, he's a regular. Should have started a rewards card. Jake, a few more visits and you get a free night's stay. Jake laughs. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to the place that Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit the streets alone tonight, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. Great, I've been hiding out ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to the morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? No guns for me. Melee's my game. All I've got here is a baseball bat, but you look like you can handle yourself. So, ready for an evening out in the town? Just a minute. Tell me more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. The Redmond Barrens. Run in Seattle Sprawl, and sooner or later you'll find yourself in the Redmond Barrens. It doesn't matter your business, the Barrens doesn't like you. Take 1 part radioactive wasteland, 3 parts dog-eat-dog slum, and a dash of tourist trap, and you've got a recipe for mean as hell. You leave the sanitized death and formaldehyde of organ grinders behind, entering the anarchy and desperation of the streets. Jake stops a moment to breathe deeply, filling his lungs with motorcycle exhaust, radioactive dust, cordite, and who knows what else. He exhales with an expression of wry contentment. The stench and grime tell him he's home. My stash is just around the corner in the alley. Does the bus stop here? Looking for a date? Trolls are my favorite. Hiding in the garbage-strewn alley is a high-tech safe with a mag card reader on it. Open the safe with Jake's mag card. With a smooth hiss, the safe opens to reveal a collection of gear that is a perfect match for your skills. You take the gear. Added item, killing hands, basic med kit, machete concussion grenade. Being attacked by a street thug and a mugger. I can get better crits on the mugger, and from Jake can shoot that guy much faster. I will go after this guy. Jake can shoot that asshole. Motherfucker. So, welcome to the Barrens. Guess I'll need to find a new spot to hide my gear. So I shouldn't invest in real estate around here? Only by the hour. Hey, you've seen where I stay the night. Now that you've got some gear, let's go deal with these Halloweeners. Now let's see, do I have an inventory? How do I get to stuff like that? Objectives, mission items. I have 2 karma I could spend. I'm going to save it. Baseball bat is equipped. Shockwave bases restores a teammate to life with 25% of their total health consumed when used. Okay, so when they die, I can use that. Most basic med kit heals you and any team member or any team member consumed when used. Gives you 10 HP. Grenade has an area of effect of 2, damage 0. Excuse me, non-lethal grenade. It does -1 AP to everyone hit. -1 in attack power. Might be action points to everyone hit by the blast. Have no cyberware. Tick speed normal, double click, I don't know what even that means. Camera edge pan I like. Set me up with good quality resolution and textures and shit, so I'm good with that. Gotta deal with the Halloweeners. I'm not exactly sure where to go, but we'll figure that out. This guy wants to talk, he's worried. Worried man. The man before you appears well-mannered but nervous. Excuse me, sir, I don't know you, but you look like you can handle yourself in a fight, and we need some help. What's your problem? Some thugs are shaking down the market we've set up here. It's been getting worse lately. I don't think we can afford to pay them anymore, but no one will stand up to them, and Lone Star isn't about to get involved. Where's this market of yours at? It's just down the street, sir. Please, our livelihoods depend on this market. Down this street? Down the street doesn't help. Magic shop. Can't go any further that way, so I assume it's not down this street. This looks like the Halloweeners area. There's a couple jack-o'-lanterns around and shit. Dwarf there. This person's name is Sarah. Let's talk to her. Her clothes may be dirty, but this woman is far from downtrodden. Hey, not that it's my business, but I wouldn't go that way. Why? What's going on? Just some Halloweeners stirring up trouble again. She points to the south. They rode in this morning on those fancy bikes, set up camp in the old street market. They've been marching up and down the street all day, shaking down anyone that wanders past. Typical. Well, odds are those are the guys we're after. Sounds like a friendly bunch. Are you gonna be safe out here? She laughs. You think I'm dumb enough to get caught out in the open by one of those assholes? Nah, I know the streets like the back of my hand. Worry about your own skin. They're gonna be in for a rude surprise. You might want to clear up before the shooting starts. She looks you over in the nods. Don't need to worry about me. I know how to lay low. They're a tough bunch, though. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so apparently I was going the right way. Watch out for those gangers. There's a bunch of bikes. Halloween Century. Hey, asswipes, take another step forward and we're going to plant you right here. This is Halloweener property now. This is one of those two that got away. If I hadn't missed my shot, these idiots would have given up and moved off on by now. Wait a minute. You're rolling with Jake? Bad idea, chummer. The Halloweeners are collecting that bounty and killing you. Well, that might be a nice bonus. We got two other enemies so far. bit of a brutal hit. I'm gonna need to heal after I kill him. Oh shit. You're dead, Jake. Dead. How do I use it? Alright, that's how. Heal myself 10. Now let's take armor just turn. Whoa, Uncle, I was just playing with you. I'll call off the rest of the Halloweeners, Jake. Call it even, yeah? What do you think, Jake? He smirks. Hey, I'm already at shoot on sight status with these guys. Killing John Paul means one less wiener to shoot me in the back while I'm buying smokes. Hell, they'll be doing the same to you as soon as they profit in it. You're right, let's finish this. Oh, Drek. Karma gained, 1. Deal with the Halloweeners completed. New objective, visit the murder site. Karma gained, 1. See if I can tell the other guy and get anything for what I did. Well, let me talk to him. Great. Okay, so that was a different market. Thug attempts to use his bulk and hideous breath to intimidate the shopkeeper. The old woman is holding firm, but you can see the thug's patience is fading fast, and he looks like he's about to start breaking things. Who the hell are you? Bet your mom's real proud of you right now. Like I ain't never heard that before. I don't see a badge, so why don't you mind your own business? I didn't say business, just mind your own. Because I'm sick of gutter punks like you. I knew you were just looking to cause static. Dash ice this guy. You're fragging dead.
I can't thank you enough. I hate to see such bloodshed, but these men would not take no for an answer. We simply want to make our way in the world.
Shopkeeper holds up a few nuyen. Please, this is the least we can do. Take the nuyen. That guy said thank you. Ah! Just clicked out of the game, sorry. It'll be just a second. There we go. Dan the Donut Man. Smell of fried food, powdered sugar, and slightly burned soy calf is almost enough to overpower the dusty sewage stench of Redmond streets. Patrol working stand is covered in food stains older than he is. What can I get you, chummer? I'll take a jelly donut and a soy calf. Enjoy. You lost 10 yen. Mission item added. Soy calf and donut. Did you see the murder in the alley across the way? Nope. I was closed when it happened, but hey, it's the Barrens. A back alley killing's nothing new around here. The only reason the cops are making a big deal about this ripper business is some of the victims are real people, you know, folks with sins. Let's see you around. Dwarf merchant is packing up her stand for the night. I'm closed. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, you've got a great view of that alley across the street. Don't suppose you saw the murder that happened there? She grunts. Sure. I was closing up when I heard a series of explosions from behind the Union. A couple seconds later, this guy comes out, runs across the street. Didn't get a good look at him. Then all the lights in the alley exploded all of a sudden. Things got pretty quiet after that. And let me guess, you didn't go running over to see if that guy was okay. Hell no, around here that kind of thing gets you killed. Thank you for your time. No problem. See, there's a body outline. As you approach the scene of Sam's murder, Jake spies the flashing red and blue lights up ahead. Whoa, hold a minute. Lone Star isn't above collecting a corporate-issued bounty, and the one on my head isn't going away anytime soon. He sighs. Sorry, friend, I think this is where our paths diverge. Thanks again for the help of those Halloweeners. Here's your payment. They don't take new yen where I'm going, and you look like you could use the funds. I didn't see how much he gave me. Good luck out there. Yeah, you too. He starts to leave and then tilts his head back. Hey, one more thing. When you're done checking out your pal's crime scene, pop into the Seamstresses Union. It's just down the street. You need gear, information, or just damn stiff drink? That's the place to be. Best dive this side of Chicago. I used that place as a base of operations for years back in the day. Make the right friends there and I'm sure you get to the bottom of this ripper business. Well, nice knowing you. Jake turns and disappears into shadowy depths of the Redmond Barrens. William. The bright yellow police tape cuts through the darkness, directing your eyes to the white chalk outline and a dark red stain marking the slab of pavement where Sam Watts died. Standing at the entrance to the alley is a Lone Star officer. The cop looks cold, hungry, and irritated at the homeless man who's currently pestering him. I keep telling you, I need to get my stuff from the alley or I'm gonna die in the cold tonight. The officer sighs, Officer Kuprick. And I've been trying to explain to you this is an official Lone Star investigation and I can't let anyone in here. Hey, I got rights! Look, you sinless garbage. I've got a job to do. Find a new blanket, or I'll find a reason to use a stun baton. Typical. I hate you old pigs. He looks in your direction. The officer does. Now what? Long night, eh? You look cold, so I picked up a donut and some soy calf for you. Hey, thanks! The officer's face lights up as he takes a sip. He seems pretty trusting for an officer of the law. You know, my dad was a cop. This was back when cops actually worked for the government. He said folks would buy him coffee all the time, but I ain't seen it till now. What can I do for you? I'm actually working for the dead man. To find help as a killer, or my pleasure. I'm here to work for internal affairs to review the forensics guys' work. Nope. I'm actually working for the dead man to help find his killer. Can I come into the alley and look around a bit? Your client is the chalk line? That's messed up, man. But I respect it. Okay, but don't mess anything up. Not that anyone would likely notice because the forensics aren't coming back. Amidst the shards of glass from the broken lights, you find a small piece of glass which looks like the bottom of a test tube. This looks like the coat and blanket that the old man was trying to get back. As you shuffle the bundle of clothes to the side, a printed receipt falls from beneath the folds of the blanket. It's a bar tab receipt from the Seamsters Union dated 2 days ago at 3:02 a.m. Right around the coroner's reported time of death. The customer, Sam Watts. The server's name is listed as Coyote. Pick up the coat and blankets. Karma gained 1. The work light is new. You can see that all the alley's normal lights have been ruined. Upon closer inspection, it seems that they all imploded, as if some force shattered them all at the same time. There are 2 distinct sets of footprints, a human's ending at the chalk outline, and a larger set, possibly orc or troll, following just behind the first. The streets have not been kind to this man, but they've also hardened him. The man is clearly a survivor, though one wrestling with the onset of age and arthritis.
You! I saw you over there with that rat bastard cop. What do you want?
I think this coat and these blankets belong to you.
My stuff! Mighty decent of you. Don't you see that kind of thing too often out here?
Know anything about the murder that took place here? He squints at you suspicious.
You a capper? Are you working for some corp?
Nope, I'm as sinless as you. Mind answering a few questions?
Hey, what makes you think I'm sinless? Ha, just messing with you. Of course I'm sinless. System ID number my ass. What kind of question you got?
Did you see the murder?
Nope, can't say. I'm sorry I missed it. I was hauling crates for Mrs. James up to the market. Can't carry as many as I used to, so it took a while. Got back here in time to see a couple of tourists puking all over my home turf. By then, that jerk face in the uniform had already set up shop in my alley.
What else did you see that night?
Well, you know, earlier in the night I saw a big and ugly troll, green hospital scrubs, snooping around the block. He bought some donuts and 2 cups of soy calf off of Dan over there. Seemed nervous, and he did everything with his left hand because his right was all screwed up with some cyberware.
So it sounds like... Can you tell me more about the troll's cyberware?
Well, it was big, and I think it must have had some hospital attachments because I saw some needles. It was a lot like the one I saw back in 44 when I got captured by Elves. They did all sorts of experiments on me. Let me tell you, never trusted one of them cyber people.
It sounds like you live in this alley.
Sure, for the last couple months. I've been sleeping there, but I spend my days out doing odd jobs for street merchants and panhandling tourists over near the Seamsters Union.
That's all I needed to know, thanks.
See you around.
I love doing voices. Anyway, moving on, let's go talk to that fucking asshole who has the coffee again. Since we're starting to find out who killed Sam. Same thing I said about the fried food and powdered sugar. You sell some donuts to a troll wearing scrubs last night? Maybe, what's it to you? I sell lots of donuts, to a lot of people. I know how Lone Star profiles metahumans. I tell them about a troll that bought donuts from me right before a murder. They'll haul him in just to see if anyone will pay all the bail. Not today, my friend. Can you tell me about the Barrens? The Barrens? Hell, if you have to ask, you probably shouldn't be out here. The stretch we're on is called Touristville, though, and I suppose it's the closest thing around here to respectable. Fewer muggings, and you might even survive drinking the water if you're lucky. I wouldn't recommend it, though. He scratches his armpit. I'll see you around. This guy named Bobby over here. Hey, chummer. Got some tasty morsels for you. Just what every well-dressed Shadowrunner should have in their backpack. Let me see what you have. Kamikaze, combat stem that increases body +2, strength +1, and willpower +1 for 5 rounds. And Nitro, strength and willpower +2, charisma and intelligence -2 for 5 rounds. I'll take a Kamikaze. I'm right outside the Seamstress Union. Alright, I think I'm going to call it quits here for episode 1 before I enter the Seamstress Union. Make sure I save this. How do I save? It says button here says save. I can restart the level, I can exit the main menu. This teaches me about the game, that's great. I want to save though. Maybe it'll save when I enter the Seamstress Union. Let's try that. You're about to leave the Barrens and enter the Seamstress Union. Would you like to proceed? Confirm. Seamstress Union. I'll read this for episode 2. I'm not going to read it right now. Because I'm just trying to get the game to save itself. Continue. Game autosaved. Okay, good. We can now quit. Exit to main menu. Are you sure you want to exit to main menu? You lose any progress since your last autosave. Confirm. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. You can catch me, Randark, on Return of the Retro podcast every 2 weeks. It'll be about 2 weeks from August 22nd that we'll be doing Shadowrun Returns. And you can catch me on the Late Night Steamer podcast every Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again for watching and have a good night.